Welcome to all. SV Union High School and Junior College, Pune, Economics Standard 12th, presented by Dr. Inderjeet Kaur Ahluwalia. Chapter 4, Supply Analysis, Part 4. Concepts of cost and revenue. Firstly, let us study what are cost concepts. When an entrepreneur undertakes an act of production, he has to use various inputs like raw material, labor, capital, etc. He has to make payments for such inputs. The expenditure incurred or made on these inputs is known as the cost of production. Cost of production increases with an increase in need of output. There are three types of costs, which are: first, total cost; second, average cost; and third, marginal cost. Let us study each one of these costs separately. First, total cost. Total cost is the total expenditure incurred by a firm on the factors of production required for the production of goods and services. Total cost is the sum of total fixed cost and total variable cost at various levels of output. In the way of a formula, we can have TC equals TFC plus TVC, where TC stands for total cost, TFC stands for total fixed cost, and TVC stands for total variable cost. What is meant by total fixed cost? Total fixed costs are those expenses of production which are incurred on fixed factors such as land, machinery, etc. What is meant by total variable cost? Total variable costs are those expenses of production which are incurred on variable factors such as labor, raw material, power, fuel, etc. Second type of cost is known as average cost. Average cost refers to cost of production per unit. It is calculated by dividing total cost by total quantity of production. in the way of a formula. AC equals TC upon TQ, where AC stands for average cost, TC stands for total cost, and TQ stands for total quantity. Let us see an example on average cost. If the total cost of production of 40 units of commodity is rupees 800, then the average cost is AC equals TC upon T cube equal to 800 substituted for total cost upon 40, which is the total quantity units of commodity produced. When we divide, we get average cost equals to rupees 20 per unit. The third type of cost is known as marginal cost. Marginal cost is the net addition made to total cost by producing one more unit of output. Symbolically, MCN equals TCN minus TCN minus 1, where the small n represents number of units produced. MCN stands for marginal cost of the nth unit. TCN stands for total cost of nth unit, and TCN minus 1 stands for total cost of previous units. Let us solve one example on marginal cost. If previous total cost of producing 4 units is rupees 200 and total cost of producing 5 units is rupees 250, then marginal cost of n units equals total cost of n units minus total cost of n minus 1 units, which equals to the total cost of n units is 250 minus total cost of n minus 1, that is previous unit, is 200 rupees. So rupees 250 minus rupees 200 gives me the marginal cost of n units, which is nothing but rupees 50. Let us proceed to understand revenue concepts. The term revenue refers to the receipts obtained by a firm from the sale of certain quantities of a commodity at given price in the market. The concept of revenue relates to first, total revenue, average revenue, and marginal revenue. Let us understand and study each type of revenue separately. First, total revenue. Total revenue is the total sales proceeds of a firm by selling a commodity at a given price. It is the total income of a firm. Total revenue is calculated as total revenue equals price into quantity. Let us solve one example on calculation of total revenue. If a firm sells 15 units of a commodity at rupees 200 per unit, total revenue is calculated as TR equals P into Q. That is, total revenue equals to price into quantity. The price in our example is 200 rupees into quantity given is 15 units of sale. Therefore, 200 multiplied by 15 is rupees 3000, which is the total revenue of a firm. Second type of revenue concept is average revenue. Average revenue is the revenue per unit of output sold. It is obtained by dividing the total revenue by the number of units sold. Formulae: AR equals TR upon TQ, where AR stands for average revenue, TR stands for total revenue, and TQ stands for total quantity. Let us study one example on average revenue. If the total revenue of 15 units is rupees 3000, then average revenue is calculated as average revenue equals total revenue upon total quantity. That is, AR equals TR upon TQ. The total revenue given in the example is rupees 3000 and the total quantity given is 15 units. Therefore, by substituting in the formula, we get 3000 upon 15, which is rupees 200. This is average revenue. The third type of revenue concept is known as marginal revenue. Marginal revenue is the net addition made to total revenue by selling an extra unit of the commodity. The formula to calculate marginal revenue is MRN equals TRN minus TRN n minus 1, where MRN stands for Marginal Revenue of nth unit. TRN stands for Total Revenue of nth unit. TRN-1 stands for Total Revenue of previous unit. And N stands for number of units sold. Let us study one example of calculation of marginal revenue. If the previous total revenue from the sale of 20 tables is rupees 4,000 and that from the sale of 21 tables is rupees 4,200, then marginal revenue is calculated as MRN equals TRN minus TRN minus 1. That is, marginal revenue of n units equals total revenue of n units minus total revenue of n minus 1 units. The total revenue of n units given is rupees 4,200 and the total revenue of the previous, that is n minus 1 units, is rupees 4,000. So 4,200 minus 4,000 is rupees 200 per table, which is nothing but known as marginal revenue of n units. So, we have studied and understood the different cost and revenue concepts. Questions of 1 mark under objectives, 2 marks and 4 marks can be asked on this topic. Distinguish between total cost and total revenue, average revenue and average cost, marginal cost and marginal revenue can be asked in the examination. Thank you.